I stand between you and dinner. Sana. So maikli lang ito, mga 2 hours lang. So, but, where do I start? Well, una-una, well, I really thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. I wasn't really expecting this, although I had a hint that something was going to happen because si Libby, we were in the caravan until Sunday, and so she kept hinting, sabi niya, oh, basta ready ka ha, basta pag tinawag ka, sabi ko, bakit ko tatawagin, tapos na nga ako last day ko na to. And so, but of course, I would really just, no, it's okay, bilang na pressure. Hinanap ko lang kayo kasi, I wanted to also share with you siguro things that I wanted to tell our leaders. But it's okay. So, tapos kanina, kahapon si Libby, she made sure na, para sabi niya, oh, the team, leaders, ginamit niyang exclusive one, si Rachel, the leader, Rachel's team would like to meet with you. Sabi ko, I'm not sure about that because one thing that I sort of overlooked and parang kept postponing for the longest time was my medical checkup. After I left Mary Kay, I never had a decent checkup. Now, once upon a time, the doctor told me that my cholesterol was high, and so guess what I did? I changed doctors. Wise, di ba? Wise. Yun yung, kasi, well, I guess it comes with age also, as you have aptly said. Na once you reach a certain age, you tend to think about your mortality, di ba? But when I was much younger, when I was much healthier, parang sabi ko, wala yan, mataas ang cholesterol, genetic yan. And then, considero yung sister ko, who's also a doctor, sabi niya, nobody in our family dies from heart attack. Ang ating magiging, people in our family die due to complications of arthritis, so that's what you should watch out for. Pero heart attack, stroke, wala masyado yan. So sige, keep eating what you want to eat. But again, so sorry, anyway, nalalayo tayo. So sabi ko, I'm not sure if I can show up because I have to have my tests because my wife has been telling me to have those tests. So I surprised her last night. Sabi niya, where did you come from? Sabi ko, I went to Asian and made some payments. Sabi niya, what did you pay for? Are you sick? Sabi ko, yan ang nga ba sinasabi? Sabi ko, before you start, I paid already in advance for my tests tomorrow so that I could just easily breeze through all of the tests and then get the results in no time. No, so ganun yung style ko. Something I learned from my father. Gusto ko yung sunod-sunod yung mabilis para kung pila, dalawa yung pinipilahan ko. Kaya kanina nagulo eh. No, kasi I lined up for both the x-ray and then the blood test. Tinawag na pala ako sa blood test. Nasa x-ray pa ako, nakagano pa ako. Di ba, pangit po sa x-ray. So anyway, sabi ko really, I'm not sure. Basta, but I'll see what I can do about my doctor's appointment. But I didn't really have an appointment. I would just show up at the doctor's clinic, which is usual. Tapos kanina, natapos ko yung tests, kaya talagang it was really meant to be. So sugod ako dun sa doctor, sabi ko, ang pangako ko kay Libby, mga 4:30 nandun na ako. So it was mga 2:30, I need to rush the doctor's clinic. No? While I was waiting at the elevator, I bumped into, of all people, I bumped into Isabel Reynon. No? Si Chabeng. Ano? So sabi niya, Tente, you know, I was thinking of you. Sabi ko, of all places, why would you see me here? Because I was waiting in front of the elevator, parang yung elevator. There's this parang corridor dun sa Asian, na yung malapat na corridor, kalahati lang yung view dun sa elevator. Kasi ito parang tinutumbok niya yung isang boom. So for Chabeng to see me was kind of unusual because I was practically hidden. And then sabi niya, she saw me daw in her peripheral vision. And so we chatted. No? So, and sabi niya, parang just like today, and I was glad, I was very happy that I bumped into her because she gave me a lot of positive messages. At sabi niya, alam mo, you look fine, you look better now.
Ayaw lang.
Ang Tagalog noon, ang pangit mo dati. No, sabi niya kasi you look rested. Ano, kasi tama nga naman. Kasi like, it's been 4 days since my last day. And maybe because it's not the sleep, because I still sleep very few hours every day. But maybe it's the peace and not because of my experiences in Young Living, but because, di ba, when you have a responsibility, it's there, no? Kahit walang nagwa-WhatsApp, parang alam mo nandyan yung responsibility. Because I have learned to live with the fact that when you are head of a business, everything is your fault, di ba, on the negative side, and you carry that responsibility on your shoulder. The buck ends with you. So hindi pwedeng sabihin mo na, bakit nagkaganon? Kasi si Reggie ganon. No, bakit ganon? Kasi
Si Reggie talaga.
ganon yun eh. So I guess yun yung part. So anyway, I was happy, and then pero at the back of my mind, sabi ko, malilate ako doon sa 4:30. Pero I couldn't let go of the conversation para ayokong paalisin si Chabeng. No, kasi ang ganda ng usapan namin. I've always admired her, and I've always learned a lot from her. At lagi ko siyang binibiro. Sabi ko, sige, basahin mong oras ko ngayon. Malungkot ba ako ngayon o masaya? And then she would always tell me, in the past, parang masaya ka pero tired ka. Parang gano'n. Kanina sabi niya, you look a lot better now. Mukhang relaxed ka. And so, I was worried. Sabi ko, oh no, malilate ako. No? But I couldn't let her go until, sige, we said our goodbyes. And I knew I was late, parang eksaktong 3 o'clock na. So, takbo ako sa doctor's clinic. Tapos, mahaba yung pila dun sa elevator pataas dun sa Asian. So, I took the stairs. No? 6th floor siya. So, akala ko healthy ako. So, medyo parang tumatakbo pa ako. And then, medyo feeling yabang pa because I passed some younger people. And they were panting. Sabi ko, ako, mas malakas naman pala ako sa inyo. But when I got to the 6th floor, I wasn't panting anymore, but I had difficulty moving my feet. So, dito pala yung baby steps, yung pala yung problema na yung exercise because I don't exercise. So anyway, when I got to the clinic, nakalagay doon madilim yung doctor's clinic, nakalagay doon, no clinic from June 20 to July 6. So swak na swak. So right after that, I took it as the message that I should really come here immediately, baka ma-traffic pa. And so I got here, and then I looked for a parking spot. It was difficult, and finally I made it here. So and I'm really glad that I made it here because I'm overwhelmed by the love that I felt today. I'm not. I told the team when they took me out to say their goodbyes that I'm not a very emotional person, and I've lived all my life thinking that is our survival tactic as a family. No, I would tell those who are close to me when my father was terminally ill, he was sick. He would tell, syempre naglalambing, he would tell my mom, so paano ako pag namatay ako? And my mom, who's turning 90 in November, sabi niya, pag namatay ka, ililibing. So, alam na namang magulo ka dyan. Ililibing ka. So that's how we were. That's how we were raised. That's how we were raised. My father used to tell us, men don't cry. Real men don't cry. So you should never cry in front of me. Na parang ganun siya. That's how we were brought up, my brother and I. And so I lived life. I grew up thinking that tears, whether they're tears of joy or tears of sadness, are a sign of weakness. No, but today, especially today, parang it didn't matter anymore. No? Kasi parang I was also in tears, hindi nila halata kasi pinipigil ko pa rin. No, kasi parang I felt the love. It's not the first time. I've always felt your love throughout the year that I spent in Young Living, but most especially today, na parang naalala ko yung sinabi ni Kimi, sabi niya, what the message that resonates, the message that you pick up is the message for you. Kasi in the initial sales, I was trying to understand, parang lalo ako walang maintindihan. Kasi some voices I recognize, most of the voices I recognize. So sabi ko, dapat pakinggan ko si gano'n. And then I just stayed calm. Again, sabi ko, this is not work. This is emotion. This is about emotion. So wala siyang tama, walang mali. Sige, pakinggan mo lang. So I felt I felt the power. Parang may nag-descend na energy, na power coming from all of you. No? I don't know if it was supposed to be that way. No, first time in my life. No, as I was telling the team, when I left Mary Kay, I thought I'm done. I was done with corporate work. And so I thought I'd take it easy. I traveled with my mom to visit my brother in Australia, traveled on my own, to pursue my passion in photography. And then, after a while, sabi ko farming, but then I missed the routine. Na parang gusto ko yung may routine, gusto ko may appointment. Hindi pagpunta mo sa bukid, nakaupo ka lang doon. Kahit wala kang gawin, parang, tapos pagtingin mo dito, manok. Pagtingin mo dito, baboy naman. So, and then they don't talk to you. Because if they did, it would have been scary. Nasasabi ko, I was looking for routine again. So I prayed to God. I prayed for Him to give me, to make me work again. Kasi I wasn't, and because after a while I said it was difficult, maybe because of my age, maybe because of the background that I have. I don't know. I wasn't familiar with the job market because I've been employed so long. I wasn't applying, di ba? Parang opportunities just came my way, and then sige, lipat na lipat. But it was different when I was looking for work. And so when I was tense, when I was worried, nothing came. No, but when I just relaxed, when I prayed to God, bahala ka na, parang whatever, let your will be done. That's my favorite line. And I also learned that from my wife, kasi we learned a lot, and I hope you learned a lot too from your spouses. Kasi ako doon, in the family, I'm the one who serves in church. But my wife would always parang call my attention. Sabi niya, you claim to be the most religious, but when you ride a plane, you're scared. No? Kasi I love traveling, but I hate flying. No, because I always think, what if this is my last day? What happens to my beautiful wife? What happens to my kids, di ba? Laging ganun, sabi niya, if you're really prayerful, if you mean what you say to God, then just let Him parang do His will for you. So yun yung aking learning na parang, sige, sabi ko, I'll stop worrying. And then, Young Living came along. And the Young Living, I thought I just got a job. But when I joined Young Living, I got a job. I got another family. I had parang a whole new community of people who are like-minded and who have parang great plans for themselves and for the people they lead. Yun yung malaking bagay. So kung akala nyo, marami kayong natutunan sa akin, it's the other way around. Every encounter that I had with you, and I remembered your names because of the positive of the things, the lessons that I learned from you. No? Si Doc Ria at husband niya, nakita ko sila sa Utah, kahit sa kalye lang, hindi naman sa kalye pala, sa corridor lang kami nagkita, di ba? Nagkaturuan na agad kami ng
Golden Rod.
Golden
Other than that. Hindi ko sa anak plants di ba? Kasi hindi alam naman niya yung husband niya mahilig sa plants, so he would tell me things that I didn't really know, So, ang dami kong natutunan about life in general, about your pursuits, about your love for natural things, about how you care for your families. Kasi ako, I've been an absentee father for the longest time, and that's why I actually envy the women and the men in the group, because you are able to pay attention to your kids. Kasi all my life, my thinking was that my wife was working too, but I considered myself as the breadwinner, and therefore my role was to provide, and the rest of the things at home should be my wife's calling. It was her responsibility. Until one day I realized, parang it's like waking up one day and my 3 girls were already teenagers. So I missed that part, na parang sayang, you can never bring that back. And so what I try to do is to make sure that I reconnect, that I connect to them. Now that they're a little older, now that they're young adults, and that they are, maybe in the near future, they will make families of their own. Now, so, ang feeling ko naman doon, it's never too late. It's never too late. So, yun, thank you for the learnings, thank you for the love that you've given me. Kasi parang love begets love. No, kasi kung mahirap kayong mahalin, di ba? So, mahirap, di ba? Mahirap mag-reciprocate. But it all came naturally, dito sa Young Living, na parang hindi naman kasi porque, halimbawa, may reklamo about one thing, the person doesn't care or the person doesn't care about you or doesn't care about the company. I see that as passion. Kasi kung tahimik tayo lahat, kung tahimik tayo lahat, this company will not go far. Diba? Kasi kung walang reklamo, ang babait nila. Wala nagreklamo, wala nagwa-WhatsApp, wala nagwa-WhatsApp. Diba? Kung ganon, wala tayong mararating. Wala tayong mararating. No? So, I really cherish the memories that we made together, the meetings. Hindi ko malilimutan noon ang unang meeting na in-attend ko, yung meeting ang una nag-imbita si Doc Arlene, no? And doon ko na-meet si Candice, no? Yun yung lesson learned, Candice, na nag-meet kami doon, nagpa-picture pa kami, She was very gracious. Picture tayo, sige, picture kami. Tapos nakita kami sa Singapore. So, nung nakita kami sa Singapore, sabi ko, it was nice meeting you. Sabi niya, nagkita na tayo sa Pilipinas eh. Sabi ko, oo nga. So, from that time on, sabi ko, parang, why did I miss that? Bakit? Parang maybe I wasn't, sa akin learning yun na parang, maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I wasn't sincere enough when I was interacting with her. One thing I learned from the founder of the company I came from before was, yung parang, which hopefully you saw in my interactions with you. When you talk to someone, when you shake someone's hand, always look the person in the eye. Na kasi yung founder nung Mary Kay, if I may share this with you, ang motivation niya for putting up her own company was because when it was her time, she was in direct selling, she was a member, when she told her story about lining up for recognition, na nakapila, na hahag lang dun sa founder ng company. No? So, sabi niya, when it was her turn, when she was a few persons away from the founder, she noticed that the founder was trying to look behind her and seemingly counting the number of people who had yet to hug him. And so she felt that, hey, we worked hard, for this, to be in this occasion, to hug you because we are inspired by you. Parang she felt that women and the people in that team deserve better. No, kaya nung nag-put up siya ng sarili niyang company, sabi niya, we will pay a lot of attention to the people in this organization because people make this organization big. Kaya yun yung mga natutunan ko na i-share ko rin sa inyo. Just like yung nahihiya lang akong lakihan yung Mary Kay Ash, di ba, when I use that quote, that's not an original, yung those who show up, move up. Kung mapapansin nyo, nakalagay dun sa slide ko, M-K-A or M-K Ash. Kasi that quote came from Mary Kay Ash herself, the founder of Mary Kay. And she used to tell her people, her team, parang si Gary Young na yung si Gary Young worked closely with the initial set of leaders. Ganon din si Mary Kay. And Mary Kay would talk about her experiences and would always have one-liners that people cherish, that people used over and over and over again. That's why I was chatting with Dewey. Sabi ko, Dewey, meron ba tayong quotes ni Gary Young? Kasi not many of us, or maybe none of us, had a chance to interact closely with him. But his legacy can live on if we could at least have a taste of how he communicated with people. Yung bang sa Kakao ulit-ulit, Gary Young once said during convention in 1998 that the farms are something like that. So through repetition, parang people will see the human being behind Gary Young and will use that as an inspiration, as a parang lighthouse, if I may borrow that word, na parang yun ang guide ng mga tao. No? So, yun. I think, hindi ko na may isa-isa. Actually, meron akong stories na parang memorable stories with most of you. Pero pag inisa-isa ko, naabutin tayo ng alas 12. No, so, but I'm really thankful that I had this opportunity to work. Parang my sisters, when I told my sisters through Viber, tinatanong nila parang, that was fast. How long were you in Young Living? And then when I started counting, I was with Young Living pala for 12 and a half months. So a little over a year. I joined on June 10th. My first day was in Utah. No, convention, so I was clueless as to what was going on. No, kasi parang anong next? Kasi hindi nakasayo ng gano'n, anong next? Basta sige, go with the flow. Tapos may invitation kami, it's a meeting now, leaders meeting for the group of Teresa. Ganun pa, yung sinadyo, yung pronunciation na Teresa Belmonte has a meeting. And so, okay, so what do we wear? Yung office attire. So little did I know that it was a yoga class. Yung mga corporate ako, leather shoes. Tapos, ang lahat ng mga pagpasok namin doon sa malaking hall, naka-yoga outfit lahat. People were smiling, ano? So, pero parang they were also surprised that we came in our corporate attire. So yung bending, when you are in yoga outfit, is difficult enough, all the more if you are wearing corporate attire. But that was also a memorable event. Kasi nakita ko, I have a glimpse of what the culture is all about. Hindi siya, it's not just about pencil pushing, it's not about emails, it's not just about formal speeches, but it's about interacting with people. And those are the memories that you keep in your heart. Diba? Yung mga events na hindi ko napansin na sabi nga ni Janet, hindi niya pala kami pinapakinggan, hindi pala niya kami pinapansin. No, she was just glancing at the back. But I really had fun that day. And the stories I sort of made with all of you, I will keep in my heart for a long time, and hopefully pass it on. Tell your stories also to other people without mentioning your name. Just like I didn't realize na natandaan ni Rachel yung sinabi ko about that lady, who never finished college, who I think just finished high school, and all she really wanted for wanting to be a leader was to participate in that parang investiture yun when you are declared a leader in front of your peers, and then you are able to wear your official suit for the suit of the leader. So ganun siya, parang, and that's what I like about our industry. We are able to change people's lives. And I think that is what attracted me also to the company. And I think that is also the seed that has been planted by Gary Young, that we should continue to nurture and make sure that we harvest a big harvest in the future. I mean it when I say that we now have 110 million people, 27 million households roughly, and a lot of work has to be done. At hindi tayo namimili. We may differ in opinion in terms of our market, in terms of affordability, but let's keep trying. In my experience, when people see value in what they pay for, in what they do, they will try to look for ways and means to be able to afford what they love using or love doing. So kaya ang daming naghihintay sa atin. And that's what I love about the caravan. Yung sa caravan, tuwan-tuwa ako kasi pag yung iba-ibang tao yung dumadating. Merong sosyal na sosyal, di ba? Merong sosyal na konti. Meron talagang negosyante yung attitude. Nothing wrong with that, di ba? So, pero nakikita mo na they belong to the same community and they work for the same objectives. And I'm happy when people react to what we do. Di ba, parang nagtanong ako dun sa isang nag-sign up sa Bacolod. So, ma'am, I think medyo social na nag-sign up. Sabi ko, ma'am, were you decided already on signing up before you came to our event? Or you just decided today? Sabi niya, I just decided today kasi na-impress ako dun sa yung titibay. At saka yung testimony. At that time, nag-testimony si Catherine. Diba, very powerful yung stories nyo. So, huwag yung pagdamot yung stories nyo. Kasi baka minsan nahihiya yung iba, wala pa naman ako masyadong na-achieve. Executive pa lang ako, or silver pa lang ako. But your story maybe a big story to someone else who needs it the most. Diba? Akala nila, hindi siya masyado, hindi pa naman ako diamond, hindi pa naman ako crown diamond. But it may, something that you say to someone today may matter a lot to that person. Diba? Ang frustration ko lang, nung araw gusto ko rin sanang mag-acting. Diba? Nakikita kami na Rachel. Natameme ako kasi ang ganda ng actress. Tapos, intense yung play. Diba? Sabi niya, what do you say to a 7-year-old whose puppy just died? Sabi ko, you'll be okay. Sabi niya, but I'm a 7-year-old, I don't know what that means. Sabi ko, gusto ko nang umuwi. Pero naiya ko na si Tina at si Rachel. No? But it was also a fun experience. So ang lesson doon is, yung isang word na masabi mo, ang laki ng impact sa tao. Diba? And that was just a play that was make-believe. But in real life, whatever you say could make or break a person for the rest of his or her life. So yun, alam ko curious kayo bakit ako malis. No? Pero dahil wala ng oras.
Daya!
Kasi sabi ko nga kay Lily na nando kami sa caravan, sabi ko, may nag-text lang sa aking tatlo. Sabi ko, and I'm happy that people are ano bang term doon? Parang, that they understand. No? Sabi ni Bibi, sa'yo tatlo. Ako ang tinetext. Ako ang tinatanong. So anyway, I personally apologize on behalf of the team for not letting you know sooner. No? I think it can be told that in an organization as big as ours, we cannot be careless with dissemination of information. So the team, for Janet's information, the leadership team, found out about it on the 13th of June, the day we went to Pampanga. So si Tay flew in to tell the team about the direction that the company is taking, which also pertains to the direction that I will take in my professional life. So, in a nutshell, parang based on discussions that I had with Ty, we both felt that it's time. It's time to move on. Those who show up sometimes move up, some move on. So we felt that it was time for me to move on, and we both felt that it was the right time. No? So yun, ang minanage na lang namin would be of course for the team, kasi we value this company so much that we couldn't say it any sooner. And I hope you understand. No, kasi pag nag-reckless din sa information, di ba, middle of the month, can you imagine that was the 13th, and there were a lot of caravans that were planned for. That was the day of Pampanga. That weekend meron ulit, yun yung Manila. Remember yung Manila on the 15th. Tapos the following weekend, so sunod-sunod yun, ayaw namin masira yung momentum. And so we made sure that that the team was properly informed so that they could manage the transition for the good of everyone. No? Kasi kung chaotic kami sa head office, magugulo rin yung field. And then we felt that the best time to tell everyone was on the 27th yata yun, no? When you had the call with Franco, the Platinums and Alpha, they had a call with Franco and Jesse. No? Originally, I would have been in that call, but on the last minute they said maybe it's best that you don't show up. No? So I'm in that call, so I didn't. No, I didn't. And yun, so kaya dun in-announce yung decision. But it's only one person. It's only one man. And I've always, I sincerely believe that a better leader will come along. No? There's always someone better. No? That's how the world works. Diba? We are not the same. There is always someone better than you that you can learn from. No? So leaders come and go. Ganyan naman talaga sa corporate world. Ang mahalaga is that the people who really matter would stay on. No? Kasi we represent lives of people. No? yun ang kaibahan ng ating role. Kami parang sa corporate, it's parang we run the company with you, but when in your leadership roles, people look up to you and follow your lead. No? Kaya napaka-critical nun eh. Kaya rin in my years of moving from one company to the other, hindi naman masyadong kadalasan. But when I move, that's also the reason why I don't bring people as a personal policy. Kasi in my opinion, parang selfish yun eh. Kasi I move and then I want people to move with me. But you disrupt the lives of people when you do that. If they make that decision, well and good, that's their choice. But when you bring people, like in the past, I've seen people disgruntled in the company, they leave and then they bring people with them. They ruin not only their lives, but the lives of the people who follow them. No? So kaya yun, Young Living is a great company. No? And so we need to ensure that what we have worked so hard for during the last year, you were all part of that. It didn't matter that you were only star then, like a senior star, or that you were an unwilling silver who by accident became a gold or whatever. It didn't matter. What mattered was Young Living Philippines, when it opened, was the biggest opportunity as well as the biggest challenge for the company. And that's the reason why Jesse Nelson, some of you have met Jesse. Jesse will be devoting his time entirely in the Philippines. Now that's how important the market is. Even when they have already hired my replacement in the future. And I think they have launched the search, so that should come very, very soon. No? So, yung ganon, yun yung vote of confidence ng company sa Philippines. No, na ganon kayo kahalaga, the company realized that the Philippines is not just like any other market. And we have to give it to the leaders kasi iba yung kultura, iba yung Philippine culture ng Young Living culture. No? And it's good. It's a good culture because I think we are ripe for a boom here in the Philippines for Young Living kasi sometimes we say our economic situation, which is not so good, is also the driver for people to look for opportunities. And I think that's the reason why our caravans were always jam-packed because people are looking for opportunities. No? So hindi ko napapakahabaan pa dahil naamin na natin yung dinner. So again, on behalf of my family, I'd like to thank all of you for the wonderful memories that we have built together. I'm very thankful that I had a chance to meet all of you in varying degrees. Some I met many times, yung iba pa ulit-ulit every leaders meeting. No, yung iba naman yung mga those who reached out to us for meetings in the past. I felt good when Dewey and I were being invited to those meetings kasi we felt alone. Kami lang yung empleyado eh. Pero pag may nag-text o may nag-message na, punta naman kayo sa meeting namin, akala nyo kayo yung natutuwa. Mas natutuwa kami kasi parang ay salamat, we are needed, we are wanted, and then we are able to make an impact on the lives of people. So, yun again, I cannot thank you enough for what I had experienced with you. And I'll just be here. I'm not moving away. I live in Parañaque. The farm that I tend is in Alfonso. So that's going to be my routine. Nami-miss ko na nga yung routine eh. Every morning, nagsusulat ako ng aking mga tasks. Clean up closet to please wife. Kasi, I'm a poor manager at home. Kasi nga, I'm always away. So even yung mga suits ko, pinagsasasaksak ko lang na gano'n sa closet, hugot ko lang, I wonder bakit gusto. Kasi ginano ko lang the last time, di ba yung mga gano'n. So now I'm fixing, and I was happy this morning, na-fix ko yung aking study, na-fix ko yung mga ibang bagay. So yeah, I'm happy where I am now, and I hope that you will also, I wish you happiness in the future as we achieve greater things. I don't know if I should say this, pero when I moved to Young Living, I saw in Young Living where Mary Kay was years ago. No? So parang nakikita ko yung, kasi nag-boom. Mary Kay is a huge company, a direct selling company and that. So parang I'm sure that's the direction that Young Living is taking. Kasi even the issues that we encounter today, yan yung mga birth pains ng previous company ko mga 20 years ago na na-overcome nila through time. Kaya ngayon, parang tinatawanan na lang nila, iba na yung issues nila. So I think that's something to look forward to, something that you can say, doon naman pala kami pupunta. So we just have to do things right this time so that we get to that point where things will be easy and we just think about growth instead of survival, or think about increasing number of people instead of worrying about conserving the ones that we have now. No? So yun. Again, maraming salamat. For the last time.